Hey guys, this is Kendall with blackovis.com. Today we're going to talk about Outdoor Edge, specifically the Razor Blaze in the Outdoor Edge Razor Blaze, or excuse me, Razor Light series of knives. Let's dive right in. I'll tell you why I like this knife, how I've used it, hopefully give you some tips on when you're using it. The Razor Blaze knife is very unique. It's one of the removable knife or removable blade series. The overall length of this knife is 8 inches. The blade itself is 3.5 inches. One of the unique features about this particular knife is that the blade is not necessarily suspended by itself. And what I mean by that is right here you can see there's a black piece, and that black piece actually holds the blade inside of it. What this accomplishes is it gives the blade a lot of extra strength, durability. You can see that I can barely, it's not even flexible at all. Really almost makes this knife kind of a traditional feel, traditional purpose, with a lot of cool features. Let's dive right into the details. The knife itself is a little bit heavier than other knives I've used in this category, weighing in at about 3.7 ounces. It comes with a sheath, and it's a pretty durable sheath. I personally did not use it. I found it to be too heavy. But if you're a sheath guy and you want to carry it, it's extremely durable. For backpacking hunts, I would recommend leaving it home and maybe grabbing one blade or maybe two blades. I don't think you're going to need more than one blade plus one blade in the knife. Combined weight on these two is right at 4 ounces. If you add in the sheath, you're looking at 6.4 ounces. So you've got about 2.4 ounces in the sheath alone. But again, it's very durable, extremely strong, and some guys really like a sheath, so go ahead and I recommend using it. Plus, like other brands, the sheath does carry extra blades. Each knife comes with five replaceable blades and then a blade in the knife. Let's dive right into the function of the knife and how it actually works. I've used this knife on 2 different animals, an elk last year and a deer, and really liked it. From the grip is a little bit bigger than other knives I've used. It's very grippy, very soft, very good feel in the hand. Feels, like I said, like a traditional knife. And I'm 6'4", 200 pounds. I wear a large glove, and this fits pretty good in my hand. I would say it fits pretty perfect, actually. As far as removing the blade, it's a lockback style, opens and closes here. Removal of the blade is very unique on this particular knife in that it's simply just a push button. You push this button right here, out comes the blade. You can see there's a little hole in the end of the blade itself, and that's what engages in the lock mechanism for the blade. To slide it in, just slide it right into the keeper, release the button, and you're good to go. So you have to actually depress the button when you're sliding the blade in to get the blade to lock up. It's got a couple grooves here on the top in case you're doing some skinning. But again, you can get right out on top of this blade and have really good usefulness. Again, I used this on an elk last year. I got through about, I would say, 2/3 of the elk, and I started to notice the blade was getting a little dull. Now I was still able to complete most of the elk. But one of the unique features about this particular knife from Outdoor Edge versus other removable blade knives is you can resharpen these blades. So I went ahead and did that and successfully was able to resharpen it and then reuse that particular blade. Most guys most guys and gals, excuse me, that are out hunting, they're probably just going to pitch this blade, grab a new one, and replace it. And that's the cool features. You can do both things. You can sharpen it, or you can just replace it like any of the other brands that do that. Overall, it's a great knife. Again, really good feel. A little on the heavier side than what I would probably want if I was using a replaceable blade knife for backpacking. But from a blade strength, you're not going to break these blades at all. And I didn't even come close in doing an entire elk and a deer with this particular knife last season. So the Razor Blaze from Outdoor Edge, great knife, great versatility, added strength, a little bit of extra weight. You can find it on blackovis.com. Thanks for checking in.
This is the Gerber-Freeman caping knife. It features rugged full-tang surgical steel stainless blade. The blade is of the clip point design, ending in a very narrow point needed in caping. Pearwood handles end 3/4 of the way down the blade, allowing the knife to be grasped at the tang for ultimate in control. Control is further aided by the generous gripping serrations on the top and bottom of the tang. And the knife comes with a ballistic nylon sheath.